Nikki Haley is the representative of the U.S. to the United Nations. She was born in Bamberg, South Carolina. She is the daughter of Indian immigrants and graduated from Clemson University. She has a husband, Michael, who was a captain in the Army National Guard and combat veteran. They have 2 kids, Renna, 19, and Nalin, 16. At the United Nations, Ambassador Haley makes sure us as Americans see a value for our investments, advocating reforms that make the organization more efficient. The reforms include reviews and plans for the United Nations missions to negotiate billions of dollars in savings and having a mission to ensure an effective operation. She also maintains peacekeeping forces and protects civilians in conflicts. Prior to Ambassador Haley's position now, she was elected in 2010 as the first female and first minority governor of South Carolina. She was then re-elected in 2014 and then served in the president's cabinet starting in 2016. She was an advocate in the state's largest education reform in decades. Education funding became easier for schools in the state's poorest communities. Classes have good technology now, and early grades began reading, and it became a priority for her. Nikki Haley has a strong opinion on human rights. She's partnering with nations who are willing to change or reform the UN Human Rights Council to challenge human rights violators everywhere. At the Council on Foreign Relations meeting, she stated, "The U.S. is the moral conscience of the world. We will not walk away from this role, but we will insist that our participation in the UN will honor and reflect this role." She wants to see a value for investments, not just budgets, but using the UN as an effective tool. She hopes to make a good impact as the representative of the U.S. to the United Nations.
I wanted to know what it was like to see someone like me. And I didn't see any female elected officials. I didn't see any female leaders. Everywhere I went, people gave me reasons why I couldn't do it. And for all those reasons that they said I shouldn't, that was exactly why I thought I should. So I ran for governor. Growing up, we were the only Indian family in town. My father wore a turban, my mother wore a sari, and we were different. But my parents always said, the things that make you different make you special. I think my differences have always had people underestimate me. And I think that's the fun I have, is in going and proving them wrong. And so I grew up always trying to show people what we had in common. It was kind of a shock for the elected officials in South Carolina. 1, I was the first minority. 2, I was the youngest governor in the country. And 3, oh my God, she's a girl. I don't think you should ever be so partisan to say we only want this kind of woman or that kind of woman. We need all women involved.
I come before you today both humbled and honored to be considered to represent the United States of America at the United Nations.
Now when the next woman decides to run, it won't be a big deal. It shouldn't be a big deal. Because I think that's what we try and break through, is to make sure that we take away any barrier that would keep someone from running for office.